Wolfbox. I bought a Wolfbox for my Jeep, and we're gonna install it. Some instructions, and here's the Wolfbox. Pretty good quality, it seems like. I got the upgraded one with all the accessories. Here's what it came with. Number one, came with mints. No, it came with, what the heck? Whatever that is. Okay, came with one of those things. Came with a bracket. Oh, good. Yeah, this is what I want to put on. Good. Came with some cheat wires, some tools, and some cheat wires. Interesting. And then, okay. And Wolfbox, it's always on. So let's connect some things and then go put it in the car. Okay, got that pulled out. And here's the mirror. Looks like there's a tab up there. One over there. Maybe there's one. Up in there. Two. Here is the mirror. Look, I got it in that little side pocket. There you go. Okay, and then it comes out. There's that. Now, how do I get it? Here's the mirror that goes in. Somehow, those are just like tangs. They're pretty tight though. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Wonder if I can take that out. This isn't going that great. And it's all because Jeep decided to use this thing for their rear view mirror. That clicks in and it's really nice, except for when you want to use just an aftermarket function. So, how this works is like a regular 1942 mirror. This slots in, and then you tighten it to this with that little bolt, and then that keeps the mirror on and off. I am assuming, because there's no directions, maybe there are directions, I don't think there's directions, that you drill this out. I think I'm gonna make a little bracket, drill some holes for this so it can screw into the Jeep. And then, what? And then, I found this scrap piece of metal that I'm gonna screw onto here. Okay, so far so good. Let's see, I need the back to drop. So I gotta do just a really quick drilling and cutting just so I can put the freaking mirror in. First mark the holes, see if this will mark them. Ah, look at all this mess. One day I would hope to get a bigger workbench, you know? I need to cut approximately 1 inch. But because I need it at an angle, there's the inch mark. So I need it to be kind of slanted. How about that much? We gotta get the welder out. So let's move this beast out of the way, out of the way. Yeah, so I need the back to be higher, so the hole in the front. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be an interesting contraption, I'll tell you that much. Okay, now I need to drill a hole in this thing. This thing is still the hottest thing I've ever touched. So how am I gonna cool that off? Anti-rust primer. Okay, and then we go like this. All because they freaking Jeep can't just use a normal mirror post. Look at that. The back is slanted. So now it'll go on. Except for that thing won't let it go on. Gotta cut that off. shall go install it and see the progress. Alright, the extreme makeshift thingy is in. Now, try to put the mirror on. Well, that was not a very easy install when you have to fabricate your own crap. So doing a test run before I plug in the electronics, the mirror, I don't know if the camera will be able to pick this up, but it vibrates. So I'm gonna have to take that apart and put a dampener in it. So I'm gonna go figure out a dampener for it. I need to isolate the mirror. So I'm gonna just cut some strips out of this and see if that's gonna work. The other option I have is I have a bump stop that I can cut a larger piece from, but I don't know how to cut that without cutting my fingers off. So I'm gonna try this first. Try that second. This first, that second. Right down in here, next to the battery, this is my orientation. I have, and I imagine you have, these. And in here is a bunch of wires that we're going to take out and see what's in there. These are for the auxiliary switches. Okay, I've cut the stuff away. This is what I'm left with. Blue pink, orange pink, green pink, peach pink. These are 2, so I know these are for 1 and 2. I don't know which one's which. And then I think this is for 3 and this is for 4. What I want to do is put this on 3. However, why wouldn't I get a little fuse block for these? And then I just have them. Why wouldn't I do that? Right down here, right there, is a plug that I need to pull out. I'm going to do that. Okay, this little plug pulled out right there. So now what? Now what? We have 3 wires that power the system. The yellow is constant battery. The red is ignition battery or accessory battery, and then a ground. So I'm gonna just extend these so I can wire the loom and hide it a little better. Got some rain, some solder and rain. Okay. This will protect the wiring and also make it look a little nicer. I'm gonna have to put it up a little higher, I think. I'm gonna come around the fuse box this way. And it's right about there. So I'm going to need to clip it up and keep it off of the engine. Oh, it's not. For the constant right here on the end of the fuse box, there's some bolts that are hidden right in here. So I'm going to put one constant right here and with a loop, and then for the ground, I'm going to ground it right. Just going to screw it right in there. So I'll head to that point. Real quick, I drill a hole there, put a camera up there, drilled some holes there, put a camera right there, ran the loom, loom is back, time to go test it. Alright, to do a final little check, I want to do a hill climb. Here's the different modes. Here's the front screen, the bumper, or the down on the bumper, and then my left, my passenger tire, which is down right there. So it all looks good, and I just want to see if it gives me advantage climbing. So I'm going to climb this little steep hill just for a minute, just for funsies, to kind of give me a feel of what it's like to go up like a crevice like this. So when I'm climbing, I normally lose, which way do I want to go? I normally lose the trail. So let's see how that works. So I cannot see the trail. Let me see if I can point it down. Yeah, look, I can point it all the way down and still see the trail. And that is what I want. And then if I want to look at my tire, I want to climb over there. let's go try to find something where I need my tire. Okay, so now I can't see the trail from where I'm at, but this will let me see the trail, so that's good. And can you see that on there? And I want to put my tires in a specific place. So now I know there's like a bush here. Let's see if I can get my tire over to there. You simply go like this. And you can do all two at once. I only need those two on though, so maybe I can do it where there's only two. And this is awesome. So you go into settings. Let me see if we can change that real quick. Display modes. Split screen. I'll have to play around with it, but it has a menu of stuff. Seems to be pretty awesome. That one's considered front camera. Oh, what do I do there? Oh, that's how I switch in between them. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can just get those two on the screen. And then it is recording out of this, well, it's recording it, and then every so many seconds, I thought it went to 40, but maybe it's every minute it switches. I haven't said anything on this. The GPS function did all of this for me. Gives me my speed. Oh look, here's the minute mark. Let's see if it switches. Yeah, so it records every minute. And with that, so far 2 thumbs up. That's how you you know what? I'd still even give it a 2 thumbs up, even though installing it sucked. But 2 thumbs up.